Hello Skelevatorites, and welcome to the next stage of this Snake Mountain build. These images are of the Filmation Snake Mountain. This is the play set that I always wanted as a kid. I'm really excited, by the way, that Origins Snake Mountain that's coming out in August has that peak like the Filmation show, so I'm excited about that. Now this new one that I'm building, of course, is taking some inspiration from the Filmation show, but I'm also incorporating some elements that showed up in the original play set here. Now this chunk here of foam spray and insulation foam, that I've glued all that together the previous night, and I'm going to be carving away additional spires, because if you're familiar with the Filmation Snake Mountain, it has these vertical spires and then sort of other spires that kind of curve up like teeth, like sharp teeth almost. So I'm carving additional spires. I really believe that it's very important to use as much material that you trim away from a project on either future projects or find ways to use it in the current project. Definitely try not to waste as much of this stuff as possible. Now I'm adding in those additional spires, and as I've done before, what I'll do is I'll add these, and then I'll probably add a few later on once I've got most of the rest of the build pretty much finished. Now, while I have a moment, I just want to remind you, if you like these videos, be sure to click like and subscribe and tell your friends about the Skelevator channel. So I'm taking some additional pieces of styrofoam that have come with some purchases that we've made in the past. I always save it. It piles up in the garage, and then I promise my wife I'll use it for something or get rid of it. And here I'm taking this piece, and I'm going to be creating the primary demon face. I always call him the Alf or the Muppet face, but I'm going to be creating my own version of this starting with these pieces of styrofoam that came from a purchase. And then again, I've got those extra pieces that I'll be using to incorporate and to build with and from. Now, if you like this music that I'm playing behind this particular episode, that's awesome. Let me know in the comments below. I found these songs, they're copyright-free 1920s music, and I found them on archive.org, and they're just amazing, and they really fit the sort of the speediness of these videos. So if you're getting tired of my old music that I was using, I hope this is a pleasant change. Now what I'm doing here is I've laid Snake Mountain down on its back so that when I start to glue these pieces on with additional spray foam, that the foam will settle in, and I'll be able to build out some parts that I either missed when it was standing up, and also will really set these face pieces in stone, and I'll be able to carve away. You're going to notice here in just a little bit that when I spray, it looks like it's all over the place, and I like to overspray foam so that I can carve away. It's much easier to carve away than it is to add on. At least it is for me. So here's this process. So now I get to start carving away at that mess. And as I'm using the knife and the hot wire cutter, you can see here that it's really starting to come together and start to look like a version of the demon face from the original playset. And so I'm looking at the original playset. I'm also looking at the Super 7 playset. I'm really wanting to make this my own too. So I'm having the beak, the nose of the Muppet demon creature look a little bit more like a beak on this particular build. So let's see how it turns out. Oh, his nose looks a little funny here because I had to make an adjustment, but you'll see in a future scene in this video that the adjustment is just right. So at this stage in the sculpt, it really starts to become a skelevator sculpt. I took the idea of having an archway entry point away from the front, which is normal in the Super 7 and the vintage playset, and decided to add it here on the side so I could maintain that sort of filmation facade in the front for Manny. Now Manny's action figures can climb up this stairwell and enter the mountain through this archway. After sculpting just a little bit more away from the face to get it the way I want it to look, I added in air dry clay eyeballs. You always want to add elements like eyes into the socket early on so you can work around that as you continue to sculpt. This thing is turning out really cool. I'm excited for Manny. And Manny, another thank you for commissioning this piece. If you folks watching this are interested in a commission, go ahead and email me. The email information is down below. Also, if you're interested in supporting this channel in any way, $1 here, $1 there, go ahead and click on the Patreon link below and become a Patreon of the Skelevator channel today. I want to say a very special thank you to My Buddies Customs, Carole Geis, Don Roberts, Brick Something, and MotuOriginsCork for supporting this channel. Thank you so much. And folks, be sure to let your friends know about the Skelevator channel, and I'll see you in the next video.